No. Where you got somebody covering the chores?
Oh, yeah.
Then, where you going?
Yeah, here. With Steve.
You can click off to the side there and that'll.
I wanna make sure this
Oh.
thing goes. That's why.
I've never seen that.
I've had it and sometimes not.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's why.
yeah, okay.
This is good.
What's this? Hey, what's this?
Yes.
Oh, what's up?
I don't know.
Oh,
Lot 2 stencil 1 edition, where the hell is that?
Have to look on MapNet. I don't know. I don't know where it is.
doing,
Within
plus it's.
Troy's letter.
Yeah.
Do you know where that is?
this TIF. No, the TIF, where the TIF district is. The meeting is, yeah.
See, where's the location of the,
Oh.
it just says,
You know where Tom Emerson used to live?
Oh, out there? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, they're east.
oh, on Third Avenue.
Oh, okay, great.
I don't know why.
And that's the code. Okay, okay.
They were messy farm.
Yeah.
Different lanes.
Yep, gotcha.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna go with that. 'Cause I think that. That's 4 o'clock, clearly, right? Yeah. This is.
All right, good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. We'll go ahead and call the meeting of the Codington County Commissioners to order. Today is Tuesday, February 17th, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll have Myron lead us this morning.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Johnson. Just a reminder to please silence your cell phones so they do not disrupt the meeting this morning. And I'll do that here as well. Call for public comment to may be submitted in person or by telephone by calling 605-882-6248 or 605-882-6297. Any conflict of interest items this morning?
No.
No. Not? Okay. Look for action to approve the February 17th agenda.
So move.
Second it.
Motion by McElhaney, second by Commissioner Schwer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Action to approve the February 10th minutes.
I'll move.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Discussion? Not. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to item number 6. This is our monthly reports, and we'll begin with Jay, Veterans Service Office this morning. Good morning.
Morning, Jay.
Jay.
So this is Jay Roberts with the Veterans Service Office, and the report that we have for you this month is we have 125 open claims with 55 pending claims, 28 so far completed for the year. With Hamlin County, we have 17 open, 9 pending, and 2 completed so far. We're currently working 8 claims outside of our county. And for the monthly increase that we've seen this first month of the year, we have $3,494 that was increased. Total for the year is up to $14,456. So that's January increase from the December. The retro payments as a total, we're up to $104,933. So we're going along quite well with our claims. We have two veterans that had transported this last month and 2 that are planned for this month. And then we have 1 new driver that is put in an application, hasn't been approved yet. The VA is working it through their process, and we're just following that. We have normal day-to-day business processing claims right now as current operations that are occurring. We have veterans stopping in. Of course, tax season's coming up, so they're wanting their military retirement 1099-Rs and having difficulty getting them or needing things changed to a new address and whatnot.
Do people on that? Because you have, normally you just go on the login and download it. Is that an issue?
Commissioner Gable, let's just call you a fairly savvy person when it comes to internet operations and MyPay in regards to DFAS. But if you could maybe put your mind in the thought process of that we have some very older veterans or spouses
Yeah.
that are receiving that SBP, the Survivor Benefit Plan. So they don't know how to use MyPay.
Yeah.
And to call into DFAS
Yeah.
isn't a fun process at all. So we've helped out a couple. Funny enough that you say that, I had a 92-year-old veteran stop in and I tried getting into MyPay. Okay. I just can't figure it out. So we figured it out.
Yeah.
He got in and he's fully capable at 92. So it can happen. There are some oddities out there. Those passwords, yes. But it was a good experience. He's very capable. So we've seen a small increase of foot traffic into the office. Of course, the farm show brings in, the VA has a booth at the farm show. So after the farm show, like last week and this upcoming week, we'll have an increase for sure of foot traffic of people that have been told, hey, go file a claim. So
Great.
that's a good thing. Let's see here. On the 21st of March, we'll have an M-Day pre-retirement seminar for the South Dakota National Guard out here at the Readiness Center. I'll attend that. That's at 10 o'clock in the morning. And then on the 24th of March from 5 to 7 p.m., we're going to have both the South Dakota Department of Veterans Affairs and the VA come and speak on different topics for veterans and their spouses and dependents. So burial benefits, grave markers, the South Dakota Veterans Cemetery in Sioux Falls, South Dakota Veterans Home out in Hot Springs, and then also talk about VA healthcare eligibility. You know, we have people stopping in weekly. They've been out of the service for 15, 20, 40 years, and they haven't ever gone into VA healthcare. So we're going to see if we can get them some knowledge on how they can get in. So that's our report for the month. Are there any questions? That'd be all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
That's it.
thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Right, let's move on to our highway shop. Morning, Randy.
Morning, Randy.
Good morning.
Hey, Randy.
Well, good news as usual, Grand Guard Construction, working on our 14th Avenue Bridge is ahead of schedule. The sheet piles on the east side have already been well in place with the concrete work. So everything is moving along. They still have sheet piles on the west side, but the concrete work right there is going along quite well. A lot of riprap has been placed already, so we should be in good shape come spring. The initial drawings from the architects and the mechanical electrical engineers are complete for the second phase of our truck storage upgrade unit on the north side of our building out there. I just have to review them, and we are waiting on a cost estimate update yet on some of the items. Again, with the weather so far, we've been very fortunate this year. We've only had one incident since last reporting that we had to go out. Did not even take a full day to clean up. But it sounds like towards the end of this week, we are going to be seeing a little white stuff. Hopefully not too much, but just enough to make a nuisance of itself, of course. And with that being said, with the nice weather, the roads are starting to show some seepage already due to the frost coming up. So we're going to be checking them out this week. So we may be putting up low limits either later this week or first part of next week. We're trying to keep them open as long as possible so a lot of the farmers can finish some of their hauling out there, obviously. We continue to crack seal out on County Road 6 by the Country Road Barn currently. And one thing to note out there is that railroad track right on the west side of the Country Barn out there is very rough.
Yeah.
We have contacted the railroad about that. They've had people out there looking at it. We did put up additional signage out there just to get people to slow down. We posted it at
terrible.
15.
Really
Yes.
bad.
So that's something that everybody needs to be aware of. We sent the last of our people to our hazmat training here at Lake Area Tech. That was put on by Don Rowland from the fire department. We've also completed our annual mine safety training for the year. And we have everybody up to date on the time clocks. And so far on our side, everything has been going well.
Good.
And that's all I had. Any questions?
Oh, all right. No questions.
Thank you.
Go ahead and move on to item number 7, Randy. We'll get that done while you're up here. That is discussion possible action to authorize a purchase of a new crack sealing machine for the highway department.
Yes,
You should have a bid from Sourcewell in your packet.
I actually have 2 bids here. We have a Simline unit currently, and this is what we use for crack sealing in the spring. We open up the cracks, blow them out, clean them out, and then seal them with rubber. The machine we currently have is 13 years old. Life expectancy on them is about 10 years. The 2 Sourcewell bids I have, one is from Mid-States, which supplies the Simline, and that is for $83,277. We also looked at a Craftco machine. They are the people that actually sell us the rubber we put into these cracks. And talking with some of the other counties, we are hoping to go with this unit. The price for the Craftco machine comes in at $78,415.65. So if possible, I would like to go with the Craftco unit.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Gable, second by Commissioner McElhaney. These meet all the specs that you need. Randy's looked at these, and this is a budgeted item.
So that is correct. This is a budgeted item.
So we definitely take seal and crack around county seriously.
Very much so.
So, and just for the minutes, the bid is for $78,415.65. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? See none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, let's move on to item number 8. This is also yours for the highway department. This is discussion possible action to authorize the purchase of a new skid steer trailer for the highway department.
Yes. Since we purchased our skid steer, we've been able to make a lot more use of it, obviously, in cleaning out culverts, cleaning out ditches, replacing culverts, and so forth and so on. So we need to transport that piece of machinery, obviously. So we wanted a trailer that we could have access to put our equipment onto in addition to the machine itself. So I did get a couple of bids, or excuse me, quotes rather. My apologies. From Schugart's here in town. 2 different machines. One is a Minnesota made in Minnesota, and another one is a Delta machine made in Arizona. The Minnesota comes in at $10,700. The Delta unit comes in at $9,500. And for our needs, the Delta would suit our purposes fine. And I would request that we be able to purchase that. This is a budgeted item.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by, who had the second? McElhaney. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right, we'll move on to item number 6C, and this is community services. Morning, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah,
Hi. Hello. Okay. You have my report in front of you this morning. Shows our numbers for January. It was a busy month. We, one of our higher months, 47 different individuals and provided 82 different services with a total of 106 client contacts in January with that. Had a couple of funerals. Again, some of that was December funerals, but they came out in January. So, well, yeah, actually, yeah, that is the January funeral. Sorry. In the other budget, it shows it a little different. Case management is where we spent most of the time. On the back is the information about the services that we provided and where we've sent referrals. Any questions on any of those? Okay, so then for the other report, we reimbursed $785.45 in January from Medicaid reimbursement. Our Department of Health CHW grant was $2,432.70. We've set some office goals to increase that to, with our goal being by May to cover one of the community health worker positions in full. So we're working towards that. Our new administrative assistant is starting next week, so we're excited to have her join us. And Paige has been busy sending out information about the impact program to increase referrals and to let the community know that that case management service is available for anybody in our community that needs some support. For the systems of care, our agency of the month this month is Project Success through HSA, and Haley Rowe is our individual of the month. The housing conference was last week. It went really well. We had 200 people register and had great attendance. Commissioner Gable attended, and it went really well. Our team had worked really hard to bring that together, and so we were able to present on the housing goals that we all have. If you want any other information, let me know, but it was well attended, and we had some really great speakers there too. For childcare, we're currently doing another community survey. The point of that survey is to reassess what our childcare needs are. After the monastery opened, the discussion about childcare needs kind of dropped. And so we're just really reevaluating to find out, are there any needs? And if so, what are those needs? So that we can work with businesses to really promote the right interventions and to provide the right support to families to make sure we have as many families as possible in the workforce and that they have safe, quality childcare. With that. Our centralized location plans are moving forward. We hope in the next couple of weeks to have some things finalized with that and looking at that, where we're at with that. There's a lot of moving parts right now, but again, hopefully in the next 2 weeks that we'll have things finalized with that and we can start talking more openly about it. Our HEART committee, which is Healing, Education, Awareness, Resilience, and Trauma, is working on a strategic plan. They're also arranging for Tiffany Petro to come back to the community March 30th and 31st to do these trainings for the community. There'll be 3 different trainings. And so again, that's March 30th and 31st that Tiffany will be coming to do those. We started doing weekly spots on Northeast Radio. We're really grateful for them for promoting all of the work that's happening in our community and all of the partnerships. And so they've been a great promoter of Codington Connects and the work that's happening with that.
That's the podcast one, right?
Yeah, they do have the radio, but then they do it on the podcast too and have a big Facebook presence too, social media presence in general. Yep. Yeah. We've sent out RFPs for the community awareness marketing campaign, and those are due by the end of this week. So we hopefully will have that moving forward in the next couple of weeks as well. I think the committee meets next week to decide on those RFPs. Our mystery dinner theater for Codington Connects is this week. It's a fundraiser to promote Codington Connects, and those funds will be used for the marketing expenses for Codington Connects so that we can better promote that. So that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week at 2nd Street Station, if anybody is interested.
How do people get tickets for that?
There is a link on Facebook, and there's also a link on the Codington Connects website. So,
I think you sent one to us. You might have sent one
yeah,
to us.
I did send it out to all of the interagency as well through email, but yeah, yes. Yeah, we'd love to have people join us. I think we're gonna cut off tickets on Wednesday. So if you're interested in coming, get tickets.
Okay.
Yep. And as always, check out codingtonconnects.com for more information on events and things that are happening in the community. Any questions?
All right. None. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll have Angie now. Angie.
Okay. Is
So number 9.
Yeah.
that number 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead
With
and
Angie.
let's just do that now. So come on up, Angie.
Sure.
Number 9 is the annual restart report from Angie. I'm going to get this wrong. Calignan,
Morning, Angie.
Substance Use and Justice Program Coordinator. So good morning.
Each of you a copy of our annual report that we just completed for 2025. So as you all know, in 2025, we got the COSUP grant, and the team prior to me had been in the planning stages of that. So when I started in April, we moved into the implementation stage. So this report here just kind of summarizes what we've been able to accomplish in the last 8-9 months or so. And just kind of go by a little page by page and give you a couple of highlights. On the first page there, we started the diversion program in July. So that started July 1st of last year. From July to December, we had 84 different people referred to diversion. Most of them were for underages, fake IDs, those kinds of offenses. 90% of those completed their diversion successfully. We've been able to have 196 hours of volunteer service that these individuals have completed. We tried to monetize that a little bit into saying that they're, about $2,300 given back to our community for these individuals who had the opportunity to have their criminal charges diverted. The process of that is they all come through the state's attorney's office. We review all the tickets that are written each week, look at who is eligible. Allison approves those, and then I contact them and we go through that program. So they'll each do a education program of some sort, some community service hours, and then depending on the offense, there could be other conditions involved as well. Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars, we've been supporting their transitional housing. 34 people last year were served in transitional housing. Over 2,000 nights were provided to those people who were living there. They are all on probation or parole that helps them maintain sobriety in their sober housing, things like that. As you can see, there's different quotes in here from different residents who have lived in the house, those types of things. Most of the people come to Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars from prison or jail. And then they work with our case manager in order to get their situation back on track as far as getting a job, getting their own housing, those kinds of things. Page 4 is about the case management at this time. That incorporates those individuals who are living in the sober house. We do foresee in the next year that expanding to other individuals involved in the justice system. So at this time, we were able to provided over almost 300 sessions to individuals in the house, help them get housing, Medicaid, food, jobs, all of those types of things, birth certificates, social security cards, just all the things necessary to become independent and productive members of our society, so our community. Another thing we did was partner with Emily's Hope, and we've been able to distribute over 800 units of naloxone in our community. We have initiated an overdose response team, post-overdose response team or PORT team. Luckily to date, since that's been initiated, we have not needed to deploy them at all, but it does consist of a peer support specialist who would go out and meet with that individual or their loved ones to start talking to them about harm reduction at the very least if they're not interested in sobriety at this time, but also notifying them of all the resources we have in our community, including the person who overdosed and their families. So helping them really start thinking about sobriety and getting better. Page 6, our grant has funded a peer support specialist position through Face It Together. To date, she has had 190 sessions with individuals in Codington County. She does see individuals outside of Codington County as well. She's very, very busy. Peer support just provides something that those of us who don't have that lived experience don't understand. And she has just we've had really great feedback about how that's going. And so we're working on trying to get others to do peer support as well. I know that through Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars, they have supported a couple more peer support specialists, but they have not been funded through the grant, so they're not included in this. Recovery events. Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars has hosted 47 different recovery events in 2025. With almost 2,000 people attending those events. So that has been really successful for them. Some of our biggest events have been Recovery Fest last summer. There was over 250 people there. They provided a free zoo day with 113 people. And then every year they do Christmas photos, which I know is one of the highlights of the year. They set up a cool backdrop and lots of families don't ever get family photos. And so they have a photographer who comes in and then provides those photos to each family as well. It's very cool. The last page is kind of a summary of what we've done all year in our participant profile. We've had, it's close to 50-50 female and male, 51% white, 46% Native American, a little splash of Hispanic and biracial in there. The other thing that we have is our marketing campaign going on. It's called Restart. on Codington County. So you can go on Facebook or Instagram, look up Codington County Restart, or there are QR codes here in our report. We have had in 2025, and to a shock to me, we've had over almost 250,000 engagements on our Facebook and Instagram pages. So that includes people who have watched our videos, seen our snaps, maybe commented, liked, shared, all of those kinds of things. And so what we had done is we had 6 individuals from the community work with our marketing company to do interviews about their sobriety journey, kind of where they started and where they are now. And they've taken little pieces of that and put it out on social media. It's been very powerful. We've had a lot of one of our videos has over 5,000 views alone. And so about every week they put out little pieces of that. And so you can find that. Feel free to like or join our Facebook pages. It is it's very moving. And for me, I know each of these individuals personally. So I really love to see their stories, and the comments that they're getting have all been positive. We haven't had any negative feedback at all. And then there's just a outline there of what has occurred in 2025. Any questions?
It's a nice report.
Thank you.
Good.
Very colorful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Yes,
very
thank
much.
you.
All right, let's move on to 6D, and this would be the facilities manager. We'll get Steve up here. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
That's donuts. Next week. It didn't rain. No. All right.
All right, we'll start out with the ag building. The new concrete in front of the doors has a frost heaved, causing the doors either to partially open or not opening at all. The contractor came out and he ground some of the concrete down so we can get it opened and so that. So planning on doing those fixing of the concrete this summer and stuff. One of the things and so that we got the door for the main sail ring to open, and then all of a sudden we can't get it to close. So the last day we had to pry it to get it closed. So yeah, it's lifting up into one corner. Government buildings, my new maintenance tech, Charlie Daly, started last week and so that. So you see him around and so that, kind of more or less say hi to him. I don't really have anything for the detention center. The park. Online booking had began on February 1st at midnight for any days of the camping season. Well, so far, as of Sunday evening, there was 163 reservations made with a revenue of $30,806. So, weed, the annual weed board meeting and soup supper with the townships has been set for March 11th at 6 p.m. in the kitchen of the extension complex. And I worked at the weed booth on January 30th at Sioux Falls Farm Show. There was actually I had considered this year probably a higher amount of people walking through this year than it's been in the last few years down in Sioux Falls. So state weed conference is this week in Deadwood. Randy has volunteered to attend the conference for representing Codington County.
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Randy already left. We can't thank you.
We will be leaving in an hour or so. So
That Randy.
This Randy.
that's Randy.
Picking the other.
Randy Swear. I didn't complete the name. Randy Swear. All right.
That
We
Randy.
have pretty good traffic at the farm show here.
Yeah, I thought it was really good traffic. I would say the lowest day really was probably Thursday, kind of had the slowest amount of people, but it was really good traffic going through, pretty well steady every day and stuff. So
It's good. Good. All right. Any questions for Steve? If not, let's move down to item number 10. Might as well take that since you're
Yep.
up here. This is action to approve cell phone stipend for Charlie Daly,
Delhi, yes.
who's a new maintenance tech
Yep.
in the government buildings.
Pretty, yeah, it was
standard.
pretty standard stuff like that. Yeah. For a
Anything
new
you want to add?
employee. Nope, nothing really to add on that.
You get
Motion to approve.
$25.
It'll be $25.
$25. Who made the motion? Okay, motion by McElhaney, second by Gable. Any discussion on that? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us down to item number 11. This is discussion possible action to approve the renewal of the county's property insurance policy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please have a seat and introduce yourself and tell us who you're with.
My name's Ronald Ketwig. I'll have these out now.
Thank you, Ron.
It's those. You know those before. So I'm an insurance agent with Acrisure, formerly Fisher Rounds here in town. Been working with the county for myself at least 4 or 5 years, and before that it's been with our agency quite a while. Thank you. So what we've got is we've got the commercial insurance when it comes to the property. So the buildings, the inland marine, which would be equipment, and then some crime coverage as well. So what I printed off here for you, and I can sure get into the weeds with all of the details if we want to go through every building, but I'm guessing nobody wants to do that. Me and Brenda do that every year anyway. So what I printed off and put together here for is last year's exposure with premium, and then for both the buildings, the contractor's equipment, and crime always stays the same. So when it comes to property, last year our total insured value was $73,410,017. Of course, as everybody knows, building construction costs continue to go up. So there's an automatic inflation guard in the policy that helps try to keep up with that inflation. So this year's proposal for property coverage, and when I say property, it's buildings and the stuff inside the buildings. So $76,346,419 is our proposal, which is a 4% change. And then you can see over in the next category, the premium. So last year, our premium for just property was $145,566, with a proposal this year of $155,303 for a change of 7%. So with the increased value at 4% and then the total increase of 7%, it kind of nets out to about a 3% on property, which I'm sure all of you have property. Property insurance isn't going down as far as a rate. And then the contractor's equipment. So again, this is going to be your boats, your trailers, your big contractor's equipment. So our total value last year was $4,159,644. This year is $4,501,442 with a change of 8%. And then premium on that too. So $17,804 on premium for contractor's equipment. This year, $20,190. So that change was a little more at 13%, but again, the net change about 5%. And then crime I put in there too. We've got a small crime policy, which doesn't change year in and year out as far as premium. So overall, on that total line there, so our total property coverage is 77 million and then and change. And then this year, 80 million. So for a change of 4%, and then the premium from 163,804 up to 175,927 for a change of 7% from last year to this year. Any questions on that graph?
I'm guessing we budgeted for the change, for the increase. So.
Yeah, I don't know what I put in, I'd have to look. Yeah, we had some increase into them, so.
Yep, I'm sorry. Yes.
I think that's an automatic, don't we?
Yeah.
Put in a certain percentage every year, automatic increase, so.
Yes, so we can motion to approve then.
I'll second it.
So a motion by Gable and a second by Commissioner Johnson. Any discussion on that? Commissioner McElhaney?
What's at the bottom? It says options, the property terrorism.
Oh, terrorism. So ever since 9/11, there's been an option for terrorism. So we do actually keep that because, with the courthouse and being a county, but it's always an option. So terrorism would cover, since 9/11, terrorism has been excluded from property coverage. So if there's a terrorist act that would damaged property like it did at 9/11, that would actually be excluded unless you keep terrorism included in the policy. So a lot of who I work with do exclude that, but being a municipality, it's an option.
We don't have that included in this policy right now.
Yep, you do.
We do.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, we do keep that in there, but it's something that we can exclude, and that would be the savings, $1,500. Good
I
question.
think we want to exclude that. Okay.
Yeah.
But that 1543 is rolled into the 175,
Yes.
927?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it's part of the total. Yep.
Okay. Any other questions, commissioners? Not, we'll go ahead and vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to number 12, and this is just a note, no action needed, but note the February 24th commission meeting is now going to be held on Wednesday, the 25th. Please make that note in your calendars. So next week's meeting will move to Wednesday instead of Tuesday. Okay. Number 13 is note the opening of annual bids for highway supplies and weed chemicals will be on Friday, February 27th. 2026 at 10:30 in the morning in the commission chambers. So if any members of the public want to be here for that, or if you want to be present for that, note that date and time. The idea behind that is to try and streamline that process a little bit so that we're not taking up so much time during the commission meetings and delaying the meetings. So once again, those bid openings will be for the highway supplies and weed chemicals on Friday, February 27th at 10:30 here in the chambers. Number 14 is action to approve abatement applications.
Payments today.
Action to approve claims for payment.
We do have a few of those that snuck in again through the week. One that was kind of being overlooked, I guess, because last year the Boys and Girls Club had decided to not have us pay the JJRI since we had turned over our total amount of JJRI funds. And so they weren't sending their invoice. So we're going to catch up on that now this year for January, February payment. So that amount is $14,282.50. And our final claim to the public opinion for the last minutes, and then one claim for the planning and zoning in the amount of $190.25. And then we had an EMC in addition of some highway equipment in the amount of $17. And then the a pickup will be coming in here shortly. And so we will have a check ready for when they go pick that up in the amount of $48,416. And that was approved previously. And then also the municipal utilities bills all finally made it in the amount of $15,228.34 for a grand total then of $78,134.09.
Move to approve.
Motion by Gable,
Second.
second by McElhaney. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And then we did get another jail claims, so I'll.
Did you want to
do
take
those
these separate?
Yes,
Okay, so we need to vote on this first.
yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Putting the
Motion carries. Now go ahead, Brent.
Okay, jail claims. Beckenhauer Construction, $1,241,564.54. Architect Inc. in the amount of $39,824. We already paid the municipal utility bill. Geotech, they had two, one in the amount of $8,433 and then one in the amount of $12,052.30. And then Tegra in the amount of $21,023.40 for a grand total of $1,322,897.24.
Move to approve.
Motion by Gable, second by Commissioner Schwer. Any discussion?
So just so people know, that's the separate jail fund. It's not the general funds.
No.
Yeah.
Separate jail fund. And we take those separately for the purposes of being able to track those separately from the other expenditures. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carries. Action to approve automatic budget supplements.
today.
Personnel changes.
We have two. First one is for Mallory Towle. Her effective date will be February 23rd. I think that's supposed to be 2026. We're
Not
not looking,
2028.
yeah, we're not looking 2 years down the road. I don't think. Administrative support in the Community Service Office, 25A is her step. The amount is 2371. She's a new hire. And also Zachary Dargitz, effective date is February 17th, 2026. Administrative support in the Auditor's Office. He's at step 20 or grade 20, step A, 2196 an hour, part-time new hire. And I'd like to introduce him and we can get this done
If
first.
you can go ahead and grab him, that would be fine. Any discussion? Do I have a motion?
So
Motion to approve.
Let's get it.
Can somebody give me one motion?
Move to approve.
Okay, Johnson, second.
Second it.
Commissioner Schwer, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That was my fault because I asked for discussion before I took a motion. So sorry about that. Yeah. All right, we'll get Zach in here real quick. Just a short pause and. Hi, Zach.
Hey, Zach, good to meet you.
Oh, boy, you're gonna put you in the hot seat today.
No, you don't have to sit down. Just stand in front of us so we can look at you.
So, this is Troy, he's chair this year, Byron Johnson, Randy Schwer, Lee Gable, and Tyler McNamee.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. Yeah,
Yeah.
glad that you're here. Thank you very much. You can go back to work now. We won't keep you. Thanks. Have a good day. All right, action to approve travel requests, number 18. Is there any travel request? Action, let's see, public notices, a possible quorum of commissioners could be in attendance at. We did receive a notice from the city manager of Watertown about a public hearing coming up on a proposed tax increment district number 21. It's going to be held on February 19th, which is, what is today?
That's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Thursday at 4:15 PM. And that's going to be held at City Hall, I believe. Yeah, City Hall and the council chambers there. So we could have a quorum there if you choose to attend.
Also the fundraiser, for Codington Connects, the dinner theater thing too, so.
Yeah. Anybody have anything else? Okay, seeing none. Move on to old business, number 20. Anything for old business this morning?
Mr. Chair, I can update some jail
Commissioner
stuff.
Gable.
Yeah, just, let's see. Just to give you the sense of I got some better, understanding, I guess, of how the contingencies are broken up I know this is a bit, made the chart bigger, but it's good news. So there's two contingency pots. I guess I knew that, but I wasn't really reflecting it well on my table. And so, what you have the construction contingency, and which I see it misspelled contingency in both columns. I'll fix that. But, you have the construction contingency, which is within the GMP. So it's within the guaranteed maximum price of the construction part. And then there's the overall project that we budgeted. That's the 37 million. And the owner contingency is a separate contingency pot. So for people in construction, you probably understand this. The good news is that we're well below the burn, the planned burn rate, so we're going slower than typical. So when you look at the percentage of the project that's completed, and you can see that these are the amounts that are left. So this 1.4 million and some change, that's the owner's contingency. So that's separate from the GMP, the guaranteed maximum price. And then within the guaranteed maximum price, there was just under $1 million budgeted for that. You started off with that amount. And then as you go through the different smaller change orders, that's what you see. And then if you total them all up, that's what's left in contingency is almost 2.2. So just to give you an idea of how that works, and you can see the sizes of the different change orders and the minor adjustments that go along the way. The big news, I guess, is we finally got done with the smoke evacuation system was a piece that still needed to be fully detailed out, and by that allows us to, get the project started, but you're still working out a few of these details. And so that one, that's not gonna affect, that's not a contingency item, but they finally finished that. And it's a little bit under the budget line. So that's about a $400,000 budget line item within the project, and that it's in the, I forget the exact amount, but that just came across into my email yesterday. So I can show that more detail later, but that piece is under budget, so that's good. And then some of you might know that a few of the panels just went up, so there have been some weather-related delays. So officially, based on weather that we had back in December, early January, they lost about 4 days. So they might be able to make that up, but just they want to document that they lost 4 days as opposed to the plan, the coefficient said based on weather data said they could plan on losing 6, but they lost a few extra. So that's just to keep it documented. And then I think that's probably the main thing. So if anybody wants to know the webcam, you can watch the jail get constructed. I don't know how well I can show you what it looks like on the web, but for people that want to see, where is it now? Yeah, that's what it looks like online. So you can see a few panels going up there. That started yesterday, so we did I think that's a total of 4 of those precast panels. So as they deliver them out to the site, I think what my understanding is, as a non-construction guy, is that big crane takes them right off the trailer and puts them up. And then there's it's a lot more to it than just like sticking them up, but anyway, so.
Life size.
But if anybody wants that exact link, I can get with me, I can give it to them. It's a little hard to, say it over the internet.
All right.
Or over the YouTube, so.
Great.
But I think that's basically it, so.
Okay. Thanks for the update. Anybody else have anything? Anything for new business? Nothing for new business? Anything for the open, public comments? Anything for the open, public comments? Anything for commissioner comments? For the open?
Sure, just to echo what Sarah Faust was saying about the housing conference. So she and Michael Klott out at the monastery were very instrumental in putting that together. It was very informative. The striking thing about a lot of the help with, affordable housing, it's a multitude of government programs that help with that. And it's complicated. So that's one thing. And then there was a good discussion on TIFs at the end of it as well. Just a good gave a good overview of how TIFs work and everything. So, but it was a very well done thing, and I appreciate Sarah's work on that.
We had the Cracker Barrel on Saturday at the farm show, and that went very well. It was very well attended, and I know just about the entire commission was there. Appreciate that. And legislators are definitely working out in Pierre as they get ready to go back for the second half. So we thank them for their work on that and keeping us updated. And if you have anything for them, don't be afraid to reach out to them because they like to hear from us. So
There still are several bills that do affect the county that are still pending, so keep an eye on them.
a lot of property tax bills that have been introduced, and I don't know if they appreciated my question when I asked how many of those were just junk bills. Because they said that they have over 650 bills this session, which is the most that they've had since 98, I believe. Something like that.
But if you read through them, they are junk bills. I mean, I just shake my head and wonder why people even spend the time putting them together.
So, anyway, okay.
Depends on the point of view.
Yeah. So thank you very much for that. All right. We do have a need to go into executive session today, I believe. We'll take that in exec, I think. Contractual matter. I believe that that'll fall under contracts. So we'll go ahead and enter into executive session. So I'll look for a motion to enter into exec.
Second.
So we do have a motion by Commissioner Schwer, second by McElhaney. And this is contractual matters, subsection 2. Yeah.
No action likely afterwards.
No action afterwards. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We are now into executive session. Be with you shortly.